So let's talk Formula One. Over in Brazil, Max Verstappen climbed from 17th on the grid to win the Sao Paulo Grand Prix, one of his greatest victories, taking him to the brink of a fourth world title. Joining us now for more is former Haas team principal Guenther Steiner. Morning to you, Guenther.
Good morning, Guenther.
Good morning, guys.
So, Guenther, was this his greatest ever drive?
I don't know if there's ever something like the greatest. I think it was a great drive, obviously. It was everything was good. He didn't make a mistake. And, in races like this, you also need a little bit the luck on your side, with the whole weekend was raining. And he got the best out he could. It was a fantastic drive and a fantastic result for him.
Guenther, he's some character, Verstappen. I've got to say, he's obviously worth watching when he's driving, but he's worth listening to as well. And he's posting pre-match interviews. There's never a dull moment. I mean, he was still complaining about his 22nd penalty from the week before. But obviously, it looks as though now he's put the title to bed and Lando Norris. I mean, it would be a miracle for him to come back now, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. Now it needs a miracle. I mean, before this race, I was giving Lando as the favorite because he was just eating away on the advantage. But now with Max winning and Lando finishing where he finished, I think, as you said, it's a miracle is needed. A big one, not a small miracle, a really big one.
Yeah.
I mean, Ali talking about what a character. I mean, even before the press conference, or at the press conference yesterday, he's looking around saying, where are all the British press today? Where are the British press? But look, now that he looks to have nailed down his fourth title, Guenther, would this be the best of the four in a year when his car hasn't been as dominant as perhaps it has in the past?
Yeah, I would say so, because before his car, especially the last 2 seasons, was very dominant, So, and I think he suffered a little bit with that one because people said, oh, you're just winning because you've got the best car. While with this one, he can clearly say, I didn't have the best car and I still won, I had the best car starting going into the season, but not during the season. So he pulled it together himself. And as you say, I don't think he likes you British press in the moment a lot, So I wouldn't go near him in the moment if I would be you,
I think you're right. I think he's got the measure of us at this moment in time, Guenther. It clearly was a fantastic drive, as we mentioned earlier, because at the same time, Guenther, he probably needed it because it was his first win in 11. I think his last win was the Spanish Grand Prix. Obviously, a fantastic start to the championship. I think it's 7 and 10, but it was a win that he needed as well.
Yeah, he needed it. And what he did the last races, he was just trying to keep the advantage by obviously disrupting Lando or trying to get Lando to score less and the Ferrari to score the big points. He achieved that one. But in Brazil, with the weather, with the turmoil, with the weather, there was a chance for him, and he took the chance. There where you can see that actually he's a world champion because, the opportunity was given, he took it, and it didn't come for free. He needed to fight hard, but he saw that little light at the end of this tunnel last weekend in Brazil, and he took it, So it is by merit. It was not just by luck, because all the other ones had the same chance. But once he got going in the wet and his qualifying wasn't this good, plus he had the penalty for the engine change, he really started on his back foot. But he took it to his own hands and delivered.
So looking ahead then, Guenther, assuming he does win the title again this season, next season, where do you see the challenges coming from to his domination?
It's so difficult to say in the moment in Formula One because there are 4 teams which are very good, and from race to race, the last two races before Brazil, look at the Ferraris. They were the best car. Where they were, I wouldn't say they were nowhere in Brazil, but they were nowhere near where they were the 2 races before. So it shifts a lot around in the moment, but for sure it will come from one of these 4 manufacturers, Mercedes, Red Bull, McLaren and Ferrari, but who exactly? But it will be very interesting. I think in the moment, the McLaren is the best car. Still, they will, in my opinion, they will win the Manufacturers' Championship this year.
I was just going to ask you, I think you were in the process of answering that question, my friend, when I was going to ask you about the constructors' standings. It's a really close fight, obviously, at this moment in time involving McLaren, Ferrari and Red Bull. But what you said there, you reckon at this moment in time that McLaren probably have the better car. So that would entail probably that you expect them to win the constructors' title.
Yes, yes, I really think. I mean, I think they are a little bit now in a position they really need to mess up to lose that one. They just now, obviously, they need to focus on that one because I think the drivers is. I mean, you never give up in Formula One, but
Yeah.
If you're realistic, Lando cannot get the drivers, so now they need to focus to bring the constructors' title home.
Well, look, Guenther, I think it's been a great season. I think the fact that so many teams have been competitive has added to the spectacle, no doubt about that. And I think that most people, even us Brits, we'd agree that Verstappen is a worthy champion once again.
Absolutely.
Look, thanks, Guenther.
Thanks, Guenther. All the best.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Bye.
Couple of football.
I don't mind that. I've got to say, I don't mind Verstappen
it's great.
giving us a wee bit. It's good, isn't it? Isn't it great?
Because you need to see some person. Look, you don't see much of the guys, do you,
Correct.
when they're, in the cars and such like. It's great to see some personality, somebody who's willing to have his say, even if it winds the Brits up a bit. I think it's absolutely fantastic.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.